Hey everybody, Karen Norwood Travel here. We're heading out again for the first time this season. We're going to end up going to Watson Mill Bridge State Park up in Athens, Comer, Georgia area. So I'm going to bring you along and see what kind of fun we can get into. Okay, so we got the camper all set up and we're ready to go, and the park rangers up at the park office suggested Maggie's place. So as you can hear, we're trying to find the directions on how to get to Maggie's place. So I'll take y'all there and we'll see what kind of great food they have. So we found Maggie's place. We followed the directions and we have found it. So we're gonna go check it out and see how it tastes. Man, I gotta tell you guys, this place did not disappoint. The food was incredible. They had a huge menu, and we didn't even get started on all the beautiful baked goods that they had in here. I definitely recommend stopping. This state park is really gorgeous from what we're seeing so far. We've just started to explore it, but they have some great picnic areas right in the very front part of the park. And of course, as you see, they've got some kayaks and canoes that you can, I'm sure, rent. They may be free to use, but I'm not sure. And then there is the covered bridge. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit for you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? Got a little bit of history. According to Georgia State Parks, this is one of the most picturesque state parks in Georgia. This bridge is the longest covered bridge in the state, spanning 229 feet. It is across the South Fork River. You can still drive over it. They're very selective on who they allow to go through it. Like, you can't bring your camper through there, and you need to make sure it's a small vehicle, as you just saw. Covered bridge was built in 1885 by Washington King. Unfortunately, this is one of, originally there were over 200 covered bridges in Georgia, and now we have less than 20. So this is just one of the main beauties of this state park, and I hope to be able to show you a lot more. My husband's favorite phrase is, they just don't make them like they used to. Look at this. Massive construction. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit for you guys. I mean, isn't this gorgeous? You can still drive through here. There are a few of the covered bridges in Georgia, I can tell you, you cannot drive through anymore. They're merely just to sightsee. When you first drive into the state park, you obviously see the bridge and you get caught up in that, but also they have this nice little covered walkway that's close to the bridge that shows you that there used to be a mill complex here. An early 20th century dam remains here, and then ruins of the power plant that was used. And this is our site, which is number 19. We've got a big site. This is bigger, much bigger than we normally have, and just a fantastic view. This is going to be lovely having breakfast in the morning. Enjoying our own beautiful backyard. So we thought we would just kind of take a little tour of the campground. And it appears to just be one big loop. We're going to do some more research tomorrow, but it looks like we have one big loop. And this is a comfort station. Wanted to give the opportunity to show you guys that the amenities at state parks do vary quite a bit. They usually always on state parks that you can stay at, though, they're going to have shower facilities. Again, they may vary a little bit. This one has a nice little seating area and a hook for you. And I know it sounds comical, but some of them don't have shower curtains. Some of them don't have even a little soap dish there for you to put a few things. Some of them don't have a little changing area like this one, and funny enough, this one says there's hot water only, so you better be ready. This would be a great place to stay when it's cold. This can vary with campground to campground as well. Sometimes they're nicer, sometimes they're not there at all, but usually they'll give you a washer and a dryer. They are pay, so that's okay. But and then sometimes they'll have a sink for you, but they do ask that you don't, you know, wash anything too terrible in there. This is more for the laundry facilities. And then there's this big area right in the middle of the campground. It's just a nice big picnic shelter area. My hubby is checking out the big old grill they got over here. So lots of amenities for this camp. So we happened to pick another campground. Here, let me zoom out just a little bit here. We picked another campground that doesn't have a whole lot of restaurants close by. So we decided to cook for ourselves again tonight. And so we have some wonderful Kroger favorites. We've got potatoes and green beans and some pot roast. So I'm going to dig in. Okay, guys, I've had a great day today. Tomorrow we're going to go to the Athens Home Show, maybe check out a few little antique stores that are here and close by, and just try and see what we're going to get into. So I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Hope y'all all slept well. We are going to head out this morning after we have some breakfast. We're going to head out and go to the Athens Home Show and maybe check out a few antique stores that are close by, see what kind of things are going on in Athens, and I'll just bring you along and let you see what we get into. Guys, that was okay. You saw how short the clips were. It was a really small home show. When I was looking it up, researching it, it didn't say how many vendors there were or what kind of vendors or anything. So it was a tiny little home show, but still cute. Had a lot of things about like gutter guards and roofing places, a couple of window places, and then like your, you know, therapy as far as acupuncture and things like that. So it was okay. It was free, so that worked out really well. So now we're going to see where we're going to end up next, and I'll let you know. Found a cute little antique store on the side of the road, and we thought we'd stop in and see what they had. It's just got lots of little treasures here. Alright everybody, I thought I would bring you to a new camp, Victoria Bryant State Park. I always like to give you guys a little bit of a viewpoint of some of the different campgrounds and the campsites. That way if you're considering staying here, you kind of have a viewpoint of what some of the sites look like, what size they are. We've discovered that some of the campgrounds we've gone to have huge campsites, and then others, they're kind of tight together. They've kind of put some nice trim around some of the campsites, and it's kind of made look like temporary seating, portable seating. Here is where they have some tent sites set up. Look, they have like little covered awning pads. Here, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit for you guys. There you go.
So do you set your tent up underneath the shelter? It's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, look at that. You just set all your equipment and everything up as if you were a normal tent site, but you have a little bit of extra protection against the elements. You just walk down the walkway. Pretty neat. Now, I have not seen that before. That's pretty interesting. Some of the sites are a little bit closer together. So, I mean, that would be great if you wanted to do like a buddy camp with if you're staying with family. Most every Georgia State Park campsite I've been to, campground has a playground. And then this one is actually a cement pad. That's probably a handicap parking campsite. They usually do cement pads under handicap parkings. So one of the amenities that's at Victoria Bryant State Park is they have a swimming pool, which we are here in February, so I don't think you can swim right now anyway, and nor would you want to, because that's looking kind of more like a pond than a swimming pool. Little picnic tables there. So we found another interesting place on our travels called Neat Pieces Antiques. It's actually in Carlton, Georgia, and I promise you, if you can't find it in this shop, you probably aren't going to ever find it anywhere. It was probably about 4 stores worth, and each store had like a whole store of clothing, a whole store of picture frames, a whole store of just a menagerie like this. It was amazing. So this state park has a whole separate section for the equestrian campsites. They have actually 11 equestrian campsites, 22 stables, and there are 3 rustic log cabin bunkhouses that they have, which is really awesome. This is completely separate and quite a little clip away from the regular campground, but very nicely done and just really looks very, very nice. Just wanted to point out one more time that when you're camping doesn't mean that you have to eat out or eat hot dogs or eat, not really great food. Hubby and I are having a wonderful steak and vegetables tonight, and we cooked it here in the camper, and it tastes wonderful. All right, well, we had a really great time. Now we are headed home. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll keep making these great videos for you, and I'll see you on the next travel, whatever that may be.